If you keep finding yourself attracted to men that are unavailable in some way, or men that don't reciprocate your feelings, and you just never seem to end up in that happy, loving relationship you dream of, I know your pain, girl. I lived like this for at least a decade. I even reached the point of thinking maybe I'm just cursed. Maybe love is just not meant to be for me. Until it all clicked. And now I'm happily engaged to the man of my dreams. In this video, I will share with you what exactly helped me turn around my love life and how I became the dream girl for a man I love and respect. Before I start, I want you to place your hand on your heart. Take a deep breath in, close your eyes, because nothing is wrong with you. You're not too much, you're not asking for too much, and you're not broken. What's happening is that your soul wants to heal. That's why you have been attracting these people in your life. That's why you have been attracted to them. But today I will share with you what do you need to do to heal those parts in yourself without having to go through those painful relationship experiences. So I will talk about the dream girl energy. And this is not the kind that gets you to perform and act as if you're the dream girl. This is you actually embodying being the dream girl. So whatever you do, it's what the dream girl does, because this is who you are deep inside. These are the 3 things I shifted in my life to become the dream girl. These 3 shifts that I'm gonna share don't just help you find a man, they help you find yourself. And from that place, your relationships totally shift. Tip number 1. Love yourself until you become home. I used to be such a people pleaser. I would abandon my own needs and wants just for the sake of keeping people happy. How do you think is possible for a person like that to attract a man that chooses her and respects her? She doesn't even respect herself. So this is very important. Be devoted to choosing yourself and choosing loving yourself every day. And that nagging voice that you have in your head that is constantly criticizing you, start replacing those negative thoughts and criticism with love, with support. Think, how would you talk to your best friend or your daughter in a situation that you usually criticize yourself for? And talk the same way with yourself, especially if you've been a people pleaser or if you've been stuck in this pattern of love not working out for you. It's really important to put yourself first. It's very likely that this is an important lesson for you, to learn to love yourself unconditionally. I know how hard it can be sometimes. Some of the limiting beliefs I had towards choosing myself and loving myself unconditionally was that, well, then if I do that, then I'm someone egoistical and people will abandon me and I will be alone forever. But interestingly, it had exactly the opposite effect. Once I started respecting my needs, really taking care of myself, taking care of my inner world, not just abandoning myself for the sake of keeping the peace, but learning to process my emotions, soothe my nervous system, and just care for myself. And not just physically, but emotionally. This is when I gradually started feeling that my body is my sanctuary. Literally, this is my sanctuary, and I will always be okay because I have myself, and I feel so safe and just so like home in my body. I feel so accepted, so loved, and honestly, nothing else matters more than that. Everything else is a cherry on the top. And of course, other people get to love me and support me and cherish me too, because this is the energy that I carry. And when they enter my field, this is what they feel. Your inner world reflects the outer world. Like it or not, this is just how things work, and it can be sometimes easier to blame the outside world for what's happening inside of you, for feeling bad or just having bad circumstances in life. But the truth is that you have the power to influence everything in your life by changing your internal state. So that's why here these practices of knowing how to process your emotions and relax your nervous system, they really make a huge difference. Because whenever you're in a bad circumstance, such as a relationship not going in the way you expected, instead of spiraling into blaming or victimizing yourself, you stay in your body, process these emotions, and then you're actually able to think more clearly and take better decisions for yourself. Because the state you're at when you take those decisions will really influence the results you get later. Also, when you learn to soothe yourself, you will be way more calmer and way more peaceful in your body. So chaotic people or unavailable people won't attract you anymore. You will be naturally more attracted to people that have similar energy as yours, and there will be way less drama in your life. Number 2, build a life you're in love with. The dream girl doesn't wait for love to start living. She creates pleasure in her life now. She treats every single day as a special day, a special occasion to show up, be her best. The dream girl enjoys life. She has so many other things going on in her life than looking for a man that just fill her up with joy, that she doesn't have to cling. Finding a man is not her purpose. It's an addition to her already amazing life. To get to this state, I had to prioritize my pleasure. I would think, what really excites me, like lights up my whole body, and do that. For example, what really excites me is putting on makeup, feeling really beautiful, having beautiful clothes, advancing in my career, doing interesting and challenging stuff in my career, to just feel like I'm capable and I'm making more and more positive impact in people's lives through my service. I enjoy having walks in the park. I enjoy working out, doing yoga, doing Pilates, eating yummy food, dancing, So think about what really brings you pleasure and do more of those things. And if you're in some life circumstances where you're just like, oh, I hate this so much. For example, I used to work as an office manager, and at first I really enjoyed that job, but after a while it wasn't challenging enough. And also I realized that I would never be making the amount of money that would help me afford everything that I desire in my life. So I was feeling like this will never improve if I stay in that job. I was really in a bad situation at that moment when I realized that, because I didn't know what to do, how to get myself out of this situation and enjoy life. So I had to make some life changing decisions to improve that life situation. So, because I was already enjoying doing data analysis, I decided that I want to become a data analyst. So I started learning about that and also learning about AI and machine learning because of specific sequence of events. And I ended up actually becoming a data scientist, and I enjoy this job way more. Honestly, it wasn't easy doing this career transition, but it was so fulfilling because I proved myself that I can do such a huge shift despite what everyone else was thinking, because people usually study in university for like 4, 5, 6 years. They get like master's degrees in maths, in artificial intelligence, to end up in my job position. And I did it without any of that. So that was really fulfilling for me, having this goal. If there's like any life circumstance in your life that you think is preventing you from having this life you're in love with, just know that you can build it, and during the process you get to enjoy it and you get to grow and you get to prove yourself how capable and how powerful you are, that you're the creator of your reality. Also, an advice: if you have a goal and you want to change something in your life, you will change it way faster if you find some things you are grateful for in this situation that you don't like. Because the higher your vibration is, and gratitude is the highest vibration in the scale, the faster your manifestations are. So if it's a job that you don't like, be grateful that you have it, because it's actually bringing you some money and you get to have food, you get to have a roof over your head. Like, there's way worse out there. From that space of gratitude, work on building the life that you want. And while building, don't forget to do stuff that bring you pleasure just for the sake of pleasure. Not everything has to be constructive. Number 3, date to discover yourself, not to prove your worth. So if you've already completed tip number 1 and tip number 2, you'll know that you don't need anyone to feel worthy of love, because you already give yourself that love and it's just oozing out of you. I had actually reached a state before I met my fiance where I was thinking, okay, I love my life, it's pretty good, I'm on a good tangent, and I love myself so much. I don't really need a partner, but there was still this desire in my heart to share this life with someone else. And I had had some negative experiences in dating and was considering to stop dating, but I'm glad I didn't because I eventually met the person. So instead of fixating on dating to find the person, treat it as like a way to enjoy yourself in the company of another person and really getting to know yourself through the other person's reflection. Because during dating, many things will come up, just like it did with me. Sometimes a guy will say something that triggers you, and this is a perfect opportunity to do some inner work and become even more clear as to what you want and how do you want to feel. Also, dating is amazing because instead of having to enter a committed relationship with a random person that's just gonna trigger your fear of abandonment or fear of rejection or any sort of kinks you have in your energy, you experience those things in a safer environment because you don't owe any explanation to the person you're dating. You just meet for a dinner or lunch and then you're going home and you can just do your inner work. Nothing to explain. And if it's a disaster, you just won't date again. Another very important thing during dating, you don't date to get the person to like you. You date to really get to know them and understand if you're aligned. And once you're very clear on your values in life and on what you want in a relationship and with what kind of person do you want to be, it gets way easier to date because you have this filtering mechanism. I can share more about this on another video. Let me know if you'd be interested. The dream girl knows, she's certain that she's the dream girl, so she would not tolerate any behavior that doesn't reflect this truth. Get really clear on how you want to be treated. So if someone doesn't act this way, you know that this is not the right person and you just continue dating until you meet that person. This is how you become the dream woman. You become a sanctuary who has a home inside herself that oozes love, peace, and pleasure. She has inner authority. Nothing can shake her up for long. And she dates with clarity because she knows exactly what she wants and knows that she will either receive what she wants or she will step away. If you want to embody this energy, check out in the description box ways to work with me. Have a wonderful day. Bye.